Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Methodology Maths by Pratik Grover. Our today's topic is exercise 2.1 of the chapter Polynomials from 9th standard NCERT textbook. We are starting this chapter from exercise 2.1 today. So before starting, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe my channel and click that bell icon so that you get a notification whenever I post a new video regarding your studies over here. 2.1 In 2.1 something has to be clarified. We know what our polynomials are. So if you don't know what our polynomials are, I am giving the link of a video which gives the basic concept and the overall understanding of polynomials in the description of this video. So first go through that video, understand what a polynomial is, then come back to this exercise. If you know what a polynomial is, then you can continue watching this video right now. So exercise 2.1, in this exercise not only they have asked which of them are polynomials, but they have asked which of them are polynomials in one variable, and you have to state your reason for your answer. So first of all, I'll explain you what terms are not meant as polynomial. First, if the variables are in the denominator, if variables are in denominators, it is not a polynomial. For example, x plus 1 upon x plus 1 by x, this is not a polynomial. The variable cannot be in the denominator. Number can be in the denominator, but variable cannot be in the denominator. Second point, if variable is under root, that is root of t minus 1. This root of t will not do. This is not a polynomial. But make sure if it is under root of t square. So under root of t square plus 1. So under root of t square will become t plus 1. This becomes your polynomial. This becomes your polynomial. So please be very careful what we know as polynomial and what we do not know as polynomial. Variable cannot be under root. So if I write y plus root 2, this is a polynomial because variable is not under root. The number is under root, which is okay. Variable should not be under root. So variable should not be in the denominator and variable should not be under root. Then if these conditions are seen, then the expression cannot be considered as polynomial. Now in exercise 2.1, first question, you have to state which of them are the polynomials in one variable and which are not, and state your answers. It should be in one variable. So I am writing the question 4x square minus 3x plus 7. See, is it a polynomial? Yes, because x is not under root, and as well it is not in the denominator. But is it a polynomial in one variable? Yes. So yes, it is a polynomial in one variable. Second, y square plus root 2. Same. Actually, I have done this over here only, but it is just the difference is square. This will also be yes. There is only one variable y, and it is not under root or in the denominator. Third, 3 root t plus t root 2. No. What is the reason? T, which is a variable, cannot be under root. The reason is t cannot be under root. Fourth is y plus 2 by y. This is also no, because y cannot be in the denominator. The variable cannot be in the denominator. Last one is x raised to 10 plus y cube plus t raised to 50. This is the polynomial. No variable is under root and not a single variable is in the denominator. But the question asks just polynomial in one variable. They are not in one variable, so my answer will be no. Only one variable is allowed. There are three variables over here, so answer is no. Second question, you have to write the coefficients of x square in each the following. 2 plus x square plus x. So you note the coefficient of x square. Is there any number in front of x square? No. So the coefficient of x square will be 1. The plus sign here shows plus 1. If it would have been here minus, it would be minus 1. Second, 2 minus x square plus x cube. We have to just focus on x square because they have asked us to find the coefficient of x square. So the coefficient of x square will be minus 1, because as you can see there is minus sign and there is no number ahead of x square, so it will be minus 1. Third is pi upon 2x square plus x. This, as you can see, pi by 2 is the coefficient of x square. Fourth, root 2x minus 1. There is no x square term over here. If there is no x square term over here, so it is not having any coefficient. So the coefficient of x square would be 0. If there is no coefficient, if there is no x square only, how could we write the coefficient? So if there is no x square, then the coefficient will be 0. Third question, very easy. You have to give one example in each of the which having binomial of degree 35. So first of all, it should be binomial, means it should have two terms and the degree should be 35. Simplest is x raised to 35 plus 1. This is the binomial, two terms, and the degree is also 35. Second is, you have to give a monomial of degree 100. Monomial means single term. So x raised to 100. See, third question may have infinite answers. You know that you can write any two terms. Only just the thing to be taken care of, they should not be like terms. So this becomes your binomial with degree 35 and this becomes the monomial with degree 100. So we cannot, we can have many infinite answers for this. Last question, fourth question, you have to write the degree of each of the following polynomials. See, degree, I know how to write the degree. So you can take it by yourself. I am just dictating the answers because I don't want to waste my place over for such questions. The first question, if you have your textbook with it, the first question is 5x cube plus 4x square plus 7x. The degree will be 3 because the highest power of variable x is 3. Second question is 4 minus y square. Y is having power 2, so the degree will be 2. Third is 5t minus root 7. I'm writing third and the fourth one. In fourth question, the third question is 5t minus root 7. The degree of t is 1. The power of t is 1, so degree will be 1. And the fourth question is only 3. There is no variable over here. If there is no variable, so degree will be 0. If there is no variable, the degree of that terms will be 0. That polynomial would be 0. So let us start our exercise 2.2 right now. Before starting 2.2, exercise 2.2, two things to be taken care of. One is a polynomial. The polynomial in general form is denoted by p of x. P of x means there is a polynomial p and the variable of that polynomial is x. So if you are using another variable, suppose you are using variable as a, so you will write p of a. Not only p, there are many. G of x is also can be written. F of x can also be written. What does it mean? There are polynomials in the variable which is written in the bracket. This is the general naming of a polynomial. So one polynomial is p of x, other is g of x, one is p of a, other is f of x. Like that way, they are the polynomials in a specific variable. This is the naming of the polynomial given. And you should know what do you mean by zeros of polynomial. you should be knowing what do you know by zeros of polynomial. So if you don't know about the zeros of the polynomial, go back to the video I have given in the link which I have given in the description. In that I have explained also what do you mean by zeros of the polynomial. So in the exercise 2.2, we have to actually, the values are given and we have to find whether the zeros, they are the zeros or not, and we have to in some we have to substitute the values also. So let us start with the exercise 2.2. In the first question of exercise 2.2, a polynomial is given to us p of x as 5x minus 4x square plus 3. This is the variable, this is the polynomial given to us. I am rearranging it. It's okay if you don't rearrange it. So let us do like that only. But if you have the habit to rearrange, that is very good and fine. So I am rearranging it minus 4x square. See, this minus sign will remain with minus 4x only. It's not like that if you are rearranging that this minus will remain here only. This minus will move wherever the 4x square will go. So the first term will be the highest power term, that is minus 4x square. Then comes plus 5x, then comes plus 3. There was no sign ahead of 5x, that means it is plus 5x and plus 3 as it is. I've just rearranged it. It's a good habit to rearrange it. We have to find the value of x equals to 0. See, I have denoted p of x over here, that is, this is polynomial in the variable of x, and I have written the polynomial. Now you have to find the value of this polynomial when x is 0, that is, we have to find p of 0. This is denoted as p of 0. That means now the value of x is 0 for us. If I put x as 0, so this will become like this. In place of x, we will write 0. 4 into 0, it's 0. 5 into 0, 0. Only 3 remains. So the value of p of 0 equals to 3. Second, x equals to minus 1. X equals to minus 1, that is, I have to find p of minus 1. P of minus 1 means polynomial in the way which was given the variable of x. I have to substitute the value of x as minus 1. If I substitute the value of x as minus 1, I will get minus 4 into minus 1 square plus 5 into minus 1 plus 3. Now minus 1 square. What is minus 1 square? That is positive 1. Positive 1 into minus 4 will be minus 4. 5 into minus 1 will be minus 5 plus 3. If I add them, minus 4 minus 5 is minus 9. Minus 9 plus 3 is minus 6. See, I am not getting answer 0. In that video which I have given the link in the description, if the answer comes out to be 0, it will be a 0. I am substituting the values and answer is not coming to be 0. That means these are not the zeros of the polynomial. This is for future reference. We have not been asked this in this question right now, but for future reference I am just explaining you this. The third one is x equals to 2. X equals to 2. So p of 2 will be equals to minus 4 into 2 square plus 5 into 2 plus 3. So what is 2 square? That is 4. 4 into 4 will be minus 16 because plus into minus is minus. Plus 5 into 2 is 10 plus 3. This will be minus 16 plus 13, that is minus 3. These calculations you should be able to do it now orally. In the second question, I am not doing the second question. The second question, similarly, they have given us 4 polynomials, different polynomials. As you can see, it is p of y, p of t, p of x, then p of x again. They have given us 4 polynomials and they have asked us to substitute the values of the variable as 0, 1 and 2. All 3 values for each of them. So out of these I will be doing, let me do one, that is second one. P of t is given to us as 2 plus t plus 2t square minus t cube. This is given to us. For this polynomial, we have to find p of 0. This is given in the question that we have to find p of 0. Means in the variable place we have to use the value as 0. So 2 plus 0 plus 2 into 0 square minus 0 cube. So this is 0. 2 into 0 will be 0. Again 0. So these all three become 0. Only the answer is 2. The answer would be 2. Then you have to find p of 1. That is, you have to substitute the value of variable as 1. 2 plus 1 plus 2 into 1 square minus 1 cube. 2 plus 1 will become 3. This is 1 square. 1 square into 2 is 1 square is 1. 1 into 2 is 2. Minus 1 cube is 1. 1 cube is 1. So 3 plus 2, 5. 5 minus 1, that is equals to 4. Again, you have to find p of 2. P of 2 means we have to substitute the value of t as 2, the variable as 2. So 2 plus 2 into 2 square minus 2 cube. 2 plus 2 is 4. Here 2 square is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. Minus 2 cube equals to 8. This will be cancel out. Answer will be 4. So for a given polynomial, I have to find p of 0, p of 1 and p of 2 respectively. Likewise, there are 3 more sums. So do it by yourself. Let me proceed towards the third sum. In the third question, they have given us the polynomials, and with the polynomial for the individual each sum, they have given us the value of the variable used in that polynomial. And the question is verify whether the following are zeros of the polynomial indicated against them or not. Are there the polynomial? Are the zeros of the polynomial or not? If they are zeros, yes. If they are not, then write no. Okay. I will be doing 4 sums out of these 8 sums. The remaining 4 will be homework, and I assure you, if you will focus on these 4 sums, you will come to know how to solve it. First question is, p of x is given to us as 3x plus 1. This is the polynomial given to us, and we have to find whether x equals to minus 1 by 3. X equals to minus 1 by 3 is a 0 of this polynomial or not. We have to find that. X equals to minus 1 by 3. So we will substitute this. So p of minus 1 by 3. See, in place of x, you have to write minus 1 by 3. That becomes p of minus 1 by 3 equals to 3 into minus 1 by 3 plus 1. This 3 cancels out. This remains minus 1 plus 1, that is equals to 0. So yes, it is a 0 of the polynomial. It is a 0 of the polynomial. Now if you have seen that video, you can see the degree of this polynomial is 1. There will be only one 0. There will not be other 0. The degree gives us the number of zeros of the polynomial. I am doing second one. P of x is given as 5x minus pi, and we have to check the value for x equals to 4 upon 5. So p of 4 upon 5 will be, I hope you understood that p of x is a polynomial in variable of x. Don't consider that this x is multiplied to p. It means p is a polynomial in the variable of x, and I am substituting the value of x as p polynomial in the reference polynomial. I am giving the value of variable as 4 by 5. So 5 multiplied by 4 by 5 minus 5. I am not changing the value of pi. I am keeping it as it is. 5 will cancel out. This will be 4 minus pi. If you substitute the value of pi also, do you think this answer will come out to be 0? No. So answer is no. No need to find the answer. You can directly write no. Then I am doing sixth one. Third, fourth and fifth are homework for you. P of x is equals to Lx plus m. We have to take the value of x as minus m by L. Therefore, P of minus m by L. P of minus m by L would be equals to, in place of x we have to substitute it, L minus m by L plus m. This L and L will cancel out. This will remain minus m plus m. Answer is 0. So yes. If answer comes out to be 0, then yes, it's a 0 of the given polynomial. I am doing seventh one. P of x is given as 3x square minus 1. This is given to us. Here, as you can see, the power of x square over here. So definitely there would be two zeros. They have given the value, two values of x only. First value is x equals to minus 1 by root 3. This value is given to us. Substituting the values, p of minus 1 by root 3 will be 3 into minus 1 by root 3 whole square minus 1. What is 1 by root 3 whole square? 3. See, this minus will become plus because square minus का square क्या हो जाता है? Plus. Square of negative sign is plus. So this minus will convert to plus. 1 का square 1. What is root 3 square? 3. What is root 3 square? 3. So 3 will cancel out. Minus 1. This will be 1 minus 1. Answer equals to 0. So this value is 0. Second value we have to find is 2 by root 3. So now substituting the value of x as 2 by root 3 for the second value, 3 multiplied by 2 by root 3 whole square minus 1. This will be 3 into, this is 2 by root 3 whole square. 2 square is 4, root 3 square is 3 minus 1. This will become 4 minus 1, which is not equals to 0. This answer will not be equals to 0. What does this say is that out of the two values given, only the first value was a 0, but the second value was not the 0 of the polynomial. Only the first value was a 0, but second value. So in the final answer, what will you write in the final answer? Minus 1 by root 3 is a 0 of the polynomial, but 2 by root 3 is not the 0 of the polynomial. Okay, let us proceed towards fourth sum. Now in the fourth sum, the question is find the 0 of the polynomial. They have not given us the value of the 0 and we have to verify it. They have asked us to find the 0 of the polynomial in each of the following cases. To how to find a 0 of the polynomial. So the polynomial given to us is x plus 5. This is the first polynomial given to us as x plus 5. To find the 0 of any polynomial, the only method is equate it to 0. उसको equal से equate कीजिए और x की value find कीजिए. जो x की value आएगी, that will be 0 of the polynomial. Equate the polynomial to 0. Find the value of x. The value of x will be the 0 of the polynomial. This 5 will go on that side. So x will be equals to minus 5. So this is the 0 of the polynomial. So this is the 0 of the polynomial. Second question is p of x equals to x minus 5. We have to find the 0 of this polynomial. So equate it to 0. 5 will go on that side. It will become plus 5. So this is the 0 of the polynomial. These seem to be very easy because they are linear polynomials. They have degree 1. In this exercise, we have degree 1, but in the next exercise, the degrees will be increasing. It will be 2, 3 or more than that. Also, for that, you should know middle term splitting also. Okay, so that will be taken care of. I will be explaining that also, no issues in that. But today, this is simple. Just equate the polynomial to equate to 0. Third is p of x equals to 2x plus 5. If I want to find the 0 of this polynomial, equate it to 0. First 5 will go on that side. 2x will be equals to minus 5. Now 2 will go on that side. 2 here it was getting multiplied. There it will get divided. So minus 5 by 2. This is the 0 of this polynomial. Fourth one. P of x is given 3x minus 2. I hope this you will be able to do by yourself. चलो वो भी कर लेते हैं. मैं सारे सम्स कर देता हूँ. It's okay. 3x minus 2 equating to 0. This 2 will go on that side. So 3x will be equals to plus 2. Now this 3 is getting multiplied. So 3 will go on that side. So x will be equals to 2 by 3. X will be equals to 2 by 3. Fifth question. P of x is given as 3x. Equate it to 0. This 3 will go on that side. It is getting multiplied. So it will go that side. It will get divided. What is 0 divided by 3? 0. So your 0 of this equation is 0. Sixth question, P of x is given ax where a is not equal to 0. So if ax, I have to find the 0, I will equate it to 0. So x will be also equals to 0. This a will go in the denominator, 0 divided by a, the answer will remaining 0 only. Last sum for this exercise and for today. We'll continue the remaining sums in the next video, in the next class. Seventh sum, P of x is given cx plus d, where c is not equal to 0, c and d are real numbers. These conditions are important. No doubt, we know that it doesn't make any difference, but these conditions to be written are important. Cx plus d. So if I want to find the 0, I will equate the polynomial to 0. First d will go on that side. So cx will be equals to minus d. Then c will go on that side. C is getting multiplied over here and it will get divided on the right hand side. So x will be equals to minus d upon c. This is the 0 of this polynomial. I hope you understood that when we have to verify whether the number given to us is a 0 or not, we substitute the value of that to the variable. And when polynomial is given and you have to find the 0 of the polynomial, we know that we will equate it to 0 and find the value of variable, will get the 0 of the polynomial. Understood? So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class and we'll continue with the important exercise 2.3 of this chapter. Thank you. Bye bye.